dodge, but failing to dodge that ET stop. But it may not matter if Ego can't get back into relative safety. Another quick silence. This one's over on the ET. The Avalanche with the extra stuns is buying some more time, but not enough. Down goes the ET. Beastmaster still the only one down to OG. They're trying to get the Megas up, or I should say in their favor. Jump in, Faith Beyond. He has no Chronosphere to use the next best thing for him, which is time dilation. But the studs, the ball is out. There's 3 heroes caught in this. OG, they're in a rough spot and they can't get back out. So BS using that BKB. I think he actually ended up getting it from the side, but now they just keep bouncing in. Is there more damage? Thompson pushes them away. That Avalanche didn't keep the chain stuns going, but that's why they have more of them. So much more of them. Thompson will finally fall. Wyvern should go down as well. Colin Brace is not protected from the Chakram, and then VS will join them in the afterlife. All 5 players from OG are down. 2 have buyback, but EHOME are in recovery mode.
This item build on Tiny is super cool, actually. He has the Octarine Core and E-Blade. And with this Octarine Core and the Avalanche cooldown talent, he has Avalanche on a 3.75 second cooldown and a 1.8 second duration. He can spam this every fight. He's throwing Avalanches out left and right, and if he gets chakred by Coddle, he even has 2 in a row instantly. This is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this skill build before on Tiny. This is some new stuff, at least to me. And very creative way of playing around with the hero, and also I want to commend EHOME in this fight on their item choices. They have 5 Ghost Scepters. They look at OG's lineup, they know it's all physical. If they can just stay alive, they're going to win the fight over time. They Ghost Scepter each. They have 4 Ghost Scepters and 1 E-Blade, so he can even help someone else. And they just blind them away. They force step around. They buy time. And OG, this looked really, really good. It looked like they might have ended the game. I don't blame them for trying to go for that. But Seb's positioning, getting caught twice in a row, was really the big problem there. Not getting a single roar out, not getting the book used.
I'm wondering how much damage EHOME can do. They're approaching the base right now. Spirit just scout up, Sven will come back to the world of living, but they don't have the Vengeful Spirit. They don't have that big buff up in damage, not to mention the positional control that comes from the swaps.
How do OG start the fight is the question. They can't really go on the Timber because he has Ghost Scepter and...
To dare say the obvious, this is a Blink Beastmaster Raw. Like, whoever's out of position. I suppose when you don't have the Silver Edge, it can't just easily be the Timber Saw.
Yeah, I feel like they're...
to make EHOME back up.
They're not going to kill Timber if they open on him. I don't think so. Maybe if they do everything perfectly and EHOME are a bit out of position, but any counterplay from them, a Blinding Light, an Ignis, a Chrono, a Tiny Jump even, with these low cooldown Avalanches should be enough to save the Timber. And OG have to be really careful how they use this Drow. And they're just... Yeah, their Venge BKB as well is pretty crucial. They have to find kills in their cooldowns or they just get kited.
Look at what's coming on the Courier for Innocence. You've got the Refresher Orb coming in, so the Will-O-Wisp will be doubled up in the fights if there is one good fight. We saw it from EHOME on bottom lane when OG tried to go through into the tier 3 tower, and just what happens when you get that 3-man Chronosphere when Wyvern Curse is wasted. It's all about getting the perfect intervals in that ultimate. Mid lane, Avalanche, toss combinations out, BKB, trigger from the Vengeful Spirit, trying to get away from the Wisp, and you will have Thompson pushed out of it, so there goes number 1. He's got
I don't think they realized there's a second.
Chronosphere is down for the Yule Step, but Face the Boy can't do any damage, but AS him through the lines with the blink up. Here comes your secondary one. Thompson cannot be protected. He's too far outside the base. Push him up. Maybe not that far out. The Illuminate will not be able to connect. He's now going to be finally brought down. Will he finally be brought down? Well, this battle now shifts its way towards the top. Buybacks are available. Thompson will now use his. But EHOME, they need to do more damage. They're chasing Thompson, the 3-man gun, creating space, blinding light from Innocence, pushing Thompson back into the engagement. And again, ASD, he's in the back lines. OG can't have any line. 2 players down, the stuns are out. If Thompson dies, that may just be OG losing this game. He pushes down and into the trees, back to the fountain. Thompson will be able to survive, but what is the cost? ILTV, he's now down to a triple kill for Ego. EHOME are inside the base. They're beginning their TPs out. ET will fall. Is there more stuns? The Gust is up. Thompson, he wants to keep up the light. The Ghost Hunter once again causing them more trouble. They can't slow him down. Ego, he'll be able to push his way out. There was one tree for him to grab to, but Thompson stays with him. Now the buybacks are in. You've already got the ET there. Tiny looking for his own stun. Nota just wants to be the space creator. Back under the tier 3 tower. Another great bring from Thompson, avoiding this avalanche. But you know there's more where that came. Faith Beyond jumped in too. They'll move over towards Notel. How many heroes there without buyback? Make it 4, and they may just go for the GG push. They have to go through a tier 3 tower, but where is the creep wave? They don't have the damage just yet. The creep wave is coming in a second. It'll buy some time for Step to respawn. For Thompson, we know you've been pretty damn good before, but how good can you get now? They're moving forward. 3-4 heroes. Step jumps out, looks at the Keeper of the Light, giving Thompson that high ground advantage. Step moves over towards the tier 4 towers. They're ignoring Thompson, focusing on Step. He's now down once again. Thompson up into the air, and that should be the game. Drone Rangers down. GG is the call. That game, it looked like OGs, it looked like EHOME, it looked like OGs again, then EHOME again. But at the end of the day, it's EHOME.
That's probably the most exciting game we've had so far.
It has
across this group stage. That was really exciting. I think both teams with some really great mechanical plays, great positional plays. I think both teams with some questionable movements and questionable positioning too. It wasn't by any means a fantastic game played by either team.